Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing the Chanel Holiday Makeup Collection for 2024. I picked up a few pieces this afternoon from the Miami Design District boutique. It usually rolls out to the boutiques a couple days early, but it should be officially launching on Chanel.com October 12th. So mark your calendars. Of course, I will continue to update you as soon as the links are available. I'll update the description box here. I'll post them on Instagram, all of those places. And if you are looking for a sales associate with Chanel, maybe you don't live near a boutique, you want to start building a relationship, send me a message on Instagram. I have an incredible essay and I'm happy to share her information with you. I'm going to show you everything I purchased first. We'll start with the haul and then we'll do a demonstration. I was so happy when I got the text message this morning from my sales associate saying that the collection was at the boutique and I could come in and shop, because I'm sure many of you are aware that I'm based in South Florida in the Miami area, but I'm originally from Tampa, Florida. My parents are still in Tampa. They're there now. They have decided not to evacuate from Hurricane Milton. However, they're not in the direct path of storm surge per se. They're not at risk of storm surge, but it's still a really scary situation. So everybody in Florida is just anxious, a ball of nerves. It's very strange energy at the moment anytime you leave your house. We did a big shop over the weekend. We got everything we could possibly need, tons of snacks, tons of water. So just in case, we should be okay here, but everyone's really nervous waiting to see what's going to happen with the storm, no matter where it goes, what direction, a little bit north, a little bit south, all of the little bobbles that can happen over the course of the next 24, 48 hours. It doesn't really matter. Somebody's going to get hit really hard, and anybody who's been in Florida for a long time and who has experienced hurricanes know that this is just a worst case scenario for somebody. So it's a scary situation. It's a rough week. It's really difficult to try to film. So this is a very welcome distraction for me at the moment. It's nice to compartmentalize and just play with makeup to help calm the nerves. These are the two big ticket items for the collection this year. We have the Enchanted Night eyeshadow and blush palette and Diamond Dust oversized illuminating powders. They are both in huge compacts. Let's start the unboxing with Enchanted Night. This has satin and pearlescent shades for eyes and cheeks. It's very vibrant. We have jewel tones. You have the Barbie fuchsia pink, so it's definitely on trend with all of the other luxury beauty launches this year. My very initial impression based just on looks, I don't absolutely love this holiday collection this year. It is a million times better than the fall launch, which I was able to see in person for the first time at the boutique, and I'm still very happy I skipped that collection. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm just a little bit unsure. Like, this to me looks like a giant eyeshadow palette. Nothing about this screams cheek or face to me. So I'll be curious when experimenting with these powders if any of them do translate really nicely to the cheeks. And then we have the Diamond Dust oversized illuminating powder. Both of these are limited edition. I can tell you right now, the camera and my lighting setup is not going to do this highlighter nearly the justice it deserves. From pictures, it just sort of looks like another light highlighter, like a champagne gold highlighter. We all have a million of them. But in person, you can see just how sparkly this is. Now, I want to be clear, this is full of micro sparkles. So if you do not like a glittery highlighter, don't even give this a second thought. There are two different nail polishes. One is a really deep purple. I went with 191 Charmer. And if anybody is curious about what's on my nails right now, I did paint them with the gold top coat from Dior. I started with a coat of nude nail polish from Chanel, and then I went in with a little chrome powder from Amazon, and then I topped them off with the gold top coat, and I think they look really beautiful. This is the Ombre Premier Lac in 47 Milky Way. This is so interesting. It almost looks like an eyeliner, and I'm wondering if using the right brush, I could maybe use this as an eyeliner, but it's a cream shadow. There are two new liquid eyeliner shades. One is a little bit more reddish, which looks really pretty. I almost picked up the reddish brown. I didn't think it meshed as well with this collection, so instead I picked up 538 Prune Mystérieux. There are also 6 lipsticks. I decided to skip them all. 4 of the shades are the Rouge Allure L'Extrait lipstick, which are okay. The shades are nice, but on principle alone, I just don't ever purchase these lipsticks. If you want to go back and watch my original review whenever they launched, they feel really nice on the lips. They're creamy, they're long lasting, but they're incredibly expensive for less product. I don't like the fact that the bullet of the lipstick is so tiny and you're paying more. And then there are two Rouge Allure Lacs. One is a very sparkly pink. I think that might be the most popular one because it goes so well with the nail polish and the bright pink eyeshadow or blush in the pan, in the compact, but it's so sparkly. I know myself, I'm never going to wear a super pink fuchsia sparkly lipstick like that. And then the other shade is a beautiful red, which I already have so many red lipsticks, so I just decided to skip. Instead, I picked up some of the brushes. It's been a long time since I've purchased any Chanel makeup brushes. I have a huge collection of them, but they're all much older. So this is the Le Pinceau de Chanel Precision Powder Brush number 107. This will be a perfect brush for powder beneath the eye, setting powder, potentially highlighter, blush, bronzer, any sort of precision powder. I think this is really nice. I love brushes this shape. And these are 3 eye brushes, which I have a lot of eye brushes, but it's been so long since I've tried the Chanel ones, so I just sort of want to see if they're any good. This is the 204 eyeshadow brush, sort of a nice dome eyeshadow brush. This is the eyeshadow blender, number 204. This is number 202, the flat eyeshadow brush. Let's see, this one is the number 203 eye contouring brush. So this is for little precise areas. I think this would be nice for the outer V, carving the crease, or maybe popping a shadow on the inner tear duct area as well. Now let's get into this demonstration. I quickly washed my face. I redid my foundation, concealer, powder, did a little bronzer, and I pulled out my eye and cheek palette. I think this is where we're going to start today. I'll do a separate video using the liquid eyeshadow. This is just so dark and sparkly. This we'll play with another time. I'm gonna stay with just the palette. I'm undecided on the eyes, so we're just gonna go with the face. I picked up my Chanel Precision Powder number 107 brush. Says it's for the cheeks, so let's see what this pink looks like as a blush. It is a little metallic and it looks like it has more of a blue shift, so not really an ideal blush shade, but maybe it won't be too bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's going on light enough. So maybe we won't do all of the shades on the eyes. Maybe we'll just keep this pink to the cheek. On the other side, I want to see what this golden coppery shade would look like. I think that could also make a nice blush shade. I don't know if it's the foundation I have underneath, but I don't really like the way that one looks on the cheek. It's emphasizing a lot of texture, more so than on this side. Oof, I feel like we're off to a rough start. I was seriously contemplating just washing my face and starting over, but instead I just used a little bit more powder to sort of blend that out so it didn't look quite so shimmery on the cheek. Same with the other side, so it's not quite so bright pink. So now I'm going into our gorgeous Diamond Dust highlighter. I want to see what this looks like. Okay, this brush picks up a lot of product and it's very sparkly. Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's sparkly, all right. Holiday parties, New Year's Eve, your birthday, not somebody else's birthday, your birthday, costume party, some sort of occasion where you're getting really dressed up and doing like fun, quirky makeup. I think this would be appropriate. Definitely not going to be an everyday highlighter, maybe not even just a normal date night evening highlighter because it is so chunky glitter. I've picked up the Chanel number 202 flat eyeshadow brush and I am going into the bronzy shade down here. I'm gonna see what that looks like on the lid. I accidentally poked my nail through it. I would say these powders are more on the dry side, so it's going on pretty sheer and then you have to sort of work to build it up. The one good thing about it being lighter is that it doesn't look so metallic. When I look at this shade in the pan, it's very shimmery, but on the eye, it almost looks matte. It does translate to be a little bit more orange, a little bit more of like a pumpkin, I would say, which I wasn't really expecting. I have a bit of fallout because it is a drier powder. And maybe the brush wasn't the best to pick that up. I'm not sure. Same thing on the other side using the flat brush. And I'm not having as much fallout over here. So I'm not sure what happened on the other side. There was fallout on this side. And because it's that orange color, it looks really bad when it falls beneath the eye. Going back in with my blender brush, I'm picking up a little bit of the pink, and I am just going to sort of work that into the outer V, outer crease, just to give us a little something else. It's sort of sunset eyeshadow vibes. I have to say, I've only been playing around with this palette for a little bit now, and my honest thought is that I don't really like it all that much. Part of me knows that this opinion is not going to be well received, so I hate to say that, but it is my honest opinion. I don't love these colors for the eyes. I don't think these powders work that great for the cheek. And I feel bad because I didn't review the fall collection. I didn't really like those colors. Holiday is usually that one big launch that everyone gets really excited for, and it's okay. I mean, it's not the most horrible palette to work with, but again, I think my biggest issue is that it's just not super intuitive. It's not really user-friendly. I say that as somebody who loves playing around with makeup, who is not afraid to do a full-length makeup routine on a regular basis. You know, I don't skip steps. I'm happy to do a full face of makeup, a full soft glam look. I don't love the super chunky glitter in the highlight. I don't love how chunky glitter this is. This is not just a silver eyeshadow. It's very, very glittery. So it just, like, where are you putting that? Unless you're looking at these colors and you're thinking, yes, these are my colors. I love purples and pinks and sparkle, and I'm not sure you're going to love this. See, I didn't want to do pink on the eye, but that pumpkin shade was looking really orange. I felt like I needed to have something. And what are your options? Maybe I'm hungry, maybe I'm stressed. There could be other reasons why I'm just not really feeling it today. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. My final save, I'm gonna go into the highlighter. I really feel like the eye is where the highlighter is going to thrive. Now see, why does it look so sparkly on my face and it's not looking super sparkly? Is that an overspray? The gold chunky sparkles, I think, was just an overspray on top of the powder, and once you get underneath the gold sparkle, it's not super chunky sparkle. See, that makes sense. I guess sometimes it would help to watch other people's reviews. We might as well see it through. I picked up my 203 brush. I'm going into the very shimmery silver. I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner, I think. I'm gonna try. That's not really popping. I can see glitter, but I can't really see any eyeshadow, any silver. So I'm just popping that silver sparkle a little bit on the center of the lid. Why not? Just add to the sparkle mess that we have going on. And I'm not exaggerating. Between the highlighter and these eyeshadows, I have sparkles all over my face. If I washed my face right now and redid my complexion, I think this would be okay, because I would have a lot of glitter on the eye and then I would remove that glitter from the cheek. Same brush, I'm gonna pick up the purple because why the heck not? And I am going to start brushing that along the lash line. We might as well use everything. Even this shade is pretty light. It looks dark in the pan, but you can't really build it up. I'm really digging into the eyeshadow pan and I can't really get it to be much darker than this. I don't know why this palette or these colors is reminding me so much of the movie Xenon and Xenon the sequel, if anybody remembers those movies on the Disney Channel. That is why I would recommend choosing just one shade from this palette and then do your makeup the way you normally would and just use that one pop. If you try to incorporate too much, it just becomes a little bit maybe too overwhelming, too colorful, unless your look is lots of colors, unless you're going for like rainbow sparkle. It's better to just focus on one shade. I'm back once again with a clean face. I redid everything and you can see, well, hopefully you'll be able to notice my face is completely matte. I'm not going to use any of the powders in the palette as a blush. We saw what they looked like on the cheek. I think the pink could work. I would maybe use that in the future. It's not the most flattering blush though, so it works okay as a blush. You can use it as a blush. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Instead, I'm going in with something, just a very soft pink. This is my Pillow Talk Pink Pop, and it's the matte Beauty Blush Wand. Again, we're staying soft and matte. Even though I did powder my face, because it's such a light formula, I can still go on top of the powder. I think this is a lot more flattering than the pink on the cheek. And I have to be honest, I am so scared of that highlighter. I did wipe away that gold glitter from at least one small section, but I think for the sake of saving the makeup, I'm probably just gonna go in with my Dior highlighter. This is the holiday highlighter from Dior that I picked up. Very bright and blinding, so we're gonna be light-handed, but at least it doesn't have glitter. It's just sheen. And I'm gonna concentrate. That's probably about it. Just a little something on the top of the cheek. And see, this one you can use on the face. I'm gonna go back to that highlighter tomorrow when I do my smoky eye look. For the top lash line, I'm gonna try my new eyeliner. This is the Le Liner de Chanel 538 is the shade I picked up. See, this complements the purple eyeshadow that we smudged along the lash line. And I'm just going to flick out just a teeny tiny wing. You can tell it's not black. I think when you look really, really close, you can tell it's a deep purple, but it's a subtle difference. I've used this eyeliner before. I remember really liking this eyeliner in the past. However, I made the switch to pens, and I do think if you're a beginner, the liquid liner that comes in a pen is just a little bit easier for me. You could probably achieve the same look if you got a really dark purple in a pen or whatever formula works best for you. This is a little bit tricky. It's hard to get a really sharp, clean line. Okay, see, now it's starting to come together. I can see the vision. I also went in with a different foundation because before I was using Vita Lumiere Aqua, and I thought it looked really nice. I was actually mixing the Charlotte Tilbury stick with Vita Lumiere Aqua, and I thought, what a beautiful everyday foundation combination. But I think also with an eye like this, it's almost better to just fully commit to the glam. So instead, this time around, I went in with Ultra Le Tint, and I think that's making a big difference because now the complexion just looks perfected in a way that it didn't before. Lashes are now done. The last big step is lips. So I am going to do a nude lip liner. This is from Hourglass. It's Flaunt 2. I just pulled out any nude lip liner. These are nice and creamy and long lasting. Just gonna blend that out a bit. For lipstick, I'm going in with my 31 Le Rouge from Chanel, and this is shade Rouge Beige, a beautiful nude. Might as well get more use out of this lipstick. It almost has a slightly pearly sheen. It's really pretty. I definitely think nude lips was the way to go with the eyes. I wouldn't have wanted to do red or even bright pink. Makeup is now done, and I actually really like the way it turned out. After looking in the big mirror, I did a couple of small tweaks. I took a very small precision brush. I picked up a little bit more of that silver, popped that very carefully in the inner corner so that none of the little flecks spilled on my face, and then I went in with another eyeshadow brush and just touched up this shade right here beneath the lower lash line. And this is our finished look, our first look using the Chanel Holiday Collection this year. The eye is a lot. I'm not sure I would ever think to put these colors together. It does sort of remind me of something maybe Pat McGrath would come out with, except maybe the toned down version, since not all of the shades have that intense glitter, really just the silver. The other shades are fine. They're just sort of typical, kind of hard baked, the drier Chanel eyeshadows. That's how I would describe the texture of these three. This one, Glitter Bomb. These three, drier, powdery shadows. You can build them up. You can make them look pretty intense. As you can see, the pink and that orangish color. I don't even really know what to call that. It's not really bronze. It's pumpkin. The pumpkin and the pink you can absolutely see on the eye after you build it up a little bit. It's colorful. It's different. It might not be your idea of holiday. I could see why some people would not gravitate to this collection or these colors. Now, if you are excited about this collection and you love the idea of this launch, just know that you're really getting a jumbo oversized eyeshadow palette. And if you do play around with these shades, I just think you have to do your eyes first and then do your face later. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with so much fallout, so much glitter all over the place, and it gets really messy. Not a terrible palette, but definitely not super user friendly and easy to work with, not beginner friendly. I mean, if you love color and you love doing glamorous, shiny makeup, then it's a no-brainer. I'm really speaking to the people who are a little bit more minimal with your makeup. You might just want to dip a little bit into the purple or a little bit into the pink, a little bit into the warm shade. The thing is, if this was just a regular eyeshadow quad, I would probably really love it and highly recommend it. It's because it's oversized that it makes me hesitant to recommend this. I really like the purple liquid eyeliner. It's not my favorite style eyeliner, but the color looks really cool. When I look up close, I can tell that it's purple, but it's still dark enough that it gives you a nice contrast on the lash line. So this I actually really like. I could see myself using that quite a bit. I feel like this has the potential to be the dark horse of the entire collection, this liquid shadow. I'm excited to create a beautiful, dramatic, smoky eye with this liquid shadow, and hopefully that will kind of turn things around. I feel like this could be really beautiful, and you sort of know what you're gonna get out of a product like this. You know exactly how you're gonna use it, and it's just the one. It's the one single. Even though I just did them, I will say goodbye to my glitter nude nails so I can paint my nails using the Holiday Polish, the 191 Charmer. I do think this is going to be a really pretty, fun, festive color for the holidays. So I'm excited to paint my nails with the polish as well. And that completes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know the process isn't always smooth when trying things for the first time. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, questions down below. As always, I will be linking everything mentioned. Everything on my face will be tagged directly to the video and listed down in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.